Yeah, P-R-E-R, I think you normally say. Yeah. Get to the top of that tree. He'll cut 90% through the front side. And then he'll go to his offhand. He has to go to the back side of the log, kind of like fakie, like you would in snowboarding, and then hack it off on the back. Fastest time will take home the money here in all of our events today. We've got a lot of prize money on the line. So, in this first heat, on position 1, we have Mr. Cody Robarge. On position 2, look at that mustache, folks. Look at that thing. Mustache is almost as wide as he is tall. Mr. AJ Fletcher. On position number 3, from Barnet, Vermont, let's hear it for Mr. Calvin Willard. And then hailing out of Connecticut, Mr. Ben Carlson on position 4.
Stand to your timber. 3, 2, 1, go!
All right, here we go. Like I said, taking a series of hits into these poles, and these are a little frozen today, so you're not going to maybe see a 4 or 5 hit board hole like you might see on the professional series on TV. We're going to have to really work at these poles to get into the inside today. We're all working at that second board hole right now, and like I said, Ben Carlson, look, watch this levitation, right up onto that board. So fast, so efficient in and out of these logs.
Come on, AJ!
This is these athletes' first event of the year after a long winter.
AJ!
So you see they're kind of easing into it a little bit. They're taking big chips out of these logs. Look at Robarge. Robarge is chasing Carlson down now on position 1.
Let's go, Robarge!
Carlson really sticky with that axe into the log. And you see how Cody's so free with it. Cody now making the turn onto the back. Calvin Willard now chasing down Carlson as well. Robarge going for those driving blows. There goes Carlson to the backside of his log. One more hit for Robarge. There it is. Cody Robarge will take the heat. There it is for Ben Carlson. Calvin Willard right behind him. And we'll stick with AJ Fletcher on position 2. AJ has already chopped the front side of that log onto the back side now.
Come on, AJ!
And he's got the right angle on that axe. You want to always present that axe into these logs at a 45-degree angle. Go with the grain as much as possible. If you fight the grain of these logs, they just will not come apart for you. He's just got to keep that angle on it. He's trying to get a couple of the chips out of his way. It's wiggling for him. It's wobbling for him. Big hit, AJ. Let's hear it for him, folks. Cheer him on.
Come on, AJ!
And there it is. Footholds disqualification as well. But all right, our ladies are set, ready to go. On position 1, Elena Robarge. On position 2, Emily Ellithorpe. On position 3, Naomi Weed. On position 4, Eliza Phillips. And on position 5, Allison Perch.
Stand to your timber. 3, 2, 1, go!
All right, here we go. Our ladies now getting into the front side of these beautiful aspen logs. You see they got that hit cadence. 2 hits on one side, then they go to the other, 2 on the other. They have a drive side and a chip side. That drive side, trying to drive that axe into that log as far as you can. The chip side, they're coming in just trying to get some more wood chips out of the way. And you'll see some of these ladies, they're going to leave a lot of wood on that chip side as long as their axe gets to that middle mark on the drive side. They would break it nice and cleanly on the back. Look at Robarge hammering away down there on position 1, onto the back side already. Ellithorpe getting ready to throw some drivers in. There goes Perch on the back side of her log on position 5. And you see that form from Ellithorpe, Perch, Robarge, throwing the axe way up into the air and then using their hooks to drive it through that log, trying to get as much power as they possibly can behind the head of that axe to cut these beautiful aspen logs. All right, Weed now onto the backside. Phillips not liking this log. She thinks it's a little frozen over here. Frozen wood does not like to cut well. Look at roll bars, finishing it up. Give her a big round of applause. Great cut for Elena.
This freaking chopper.
All right, Perch, Ellithorpe, hit for hit right now. Trying to come off in second on this one. And today is the professional day. We have some of the ladies here on the professional day going to be competing also in the rookies day. They're just trying to get as many cuts as they can. Most of the athletes in this sport, folks, get their start at the universities, like Paul Smiths, SUNY Cobleskill, SUNY ESF. There goes Allison Perch there, finishing things up on position 5. Eliza walked away from that log. She said, this axe is not liking it. I'm not liking it. It is March 1st and I'm sick. Okay, there's plenty of season left. All right, we got Naomi still hammering away with Ellithorpe. Ellithorpe, a couple more hits should do it for her. There it is. Give Emily a big round of applause. I know Weed's log kind of bouncing out of the stand there on her, losing a lot of that power. This is one of those things you learn as a young competitor. You wedge those in. Don't want to lose any of that gur that you're trying to drive through that axe head into these logs. But she's getting there, folks. Keep cheering her on. She can use it up there. There it is.
That's a DQ.
This is going to be a good heat here. Ethan Villeneuve on position 1. On position 2, Thomas Littlefield. On position 3, Frank Krupp. These guys all chopping against each other in college. This is going to be a good
If you
heat.
give me 2 seconds, I can help. I just gotta do this.
Here we go.
Stand to your timber. 3, 2, 1, go!
All right, here we go. You can see these guys been training this event up, just absolutely attacking these standing blocks right now.
Let me know if you need more signs.
Ethan hair getting in the way a little bit down there for him. On position 1. Frank's feet slipping around on him a little bit. And you see Tom putting the weight behind that axe, getting in there. Frank around first, Tom second.
Yes.
Let's go, Ethan. You got this.
And that ratchet strap blew off on him down here. Hopefully those dogs that hold the log in stay in there for him. That they come out. The clock doesn't stop. You gotta bang those in really quick to still get a time. Look at Littlefield go. Big face on the backside of this log. He just keeps after it. He's gonna take this heat. Frank just gunslinging that axe in there on position 3. Chopping into dead wood right now. He's got to open it up a little bit. Came in a little flat. He's broke the near. Trying to work his way forward. He's got a ton of wood in the far. There it is for Tom Littlefield.
Oh, one
Yeah,
more.
Frank!
There it is. All right, we'll stay with Ethan down on position 1.
Train a little bit.
You see Ethan hammering away at it. He's got that same issue that Frank had. A lot of far wood. Not letting his wrists go with that axe and letting the toe of the axe cut for him. Cutting with all heel. And that's something that comes with a lot of experience, a lot of practice. Having the comfortability to let your wrist go. All right, folks, cheer him on. He's almost there. It's wiggling. There it is. Give him all a big round of applause. All right, women's crosscut up next.
This is coming, so she
Naomi Weed, Mackenzie. Then we got Rob Aslin down here on position number 3. Electrician by trade, right, Rob? Electrician by trade, hailing out of Connecticut. And that's part of the interesting thing too we'll talk about today, folks, is all these athletes, they don't do this full time. They all have other jobs, and can you imagine like going to your office one day and running into Chris Savage in your office? Like, dude's a monster, absolute monster. Here we go.
Stand to your timber. 3, 2, 1, go!
All right, here we go. Standing block chop. Putting big, thunderous blows into the front side of that log is Chris Savage on position 2. His favorite event as well. Getting ready to throw some drivers into there, working his way across with some chip hits. And working his way in. Head to the backside now, you see Rob Aslan.
Let's go, Towner!
Just started cutting the standing block a couple of years ago.
Yeah, Jeff!
Really starting to make it his own. Throwing the drivers and getting around. There he goes. Jeff Towner. Throwing those 30 years of experience into that log down there. And you see Savvy just putting the weight behind that axe. There it is. Give him a big round of applause. What a cut for Chris Savage. All right, Jeff Towner, Rob Aslan, hit for hit. And I know you can't see it on Chris's block. There's a giant knot right in that pig ear on that far side where he was driving off. I asked him if it wrecked that axe. He said no, it survived it. We'll talk about that a little bit more here in a second.
Got it!
Towner rolling,
Yeah, Jeff!
trying to chase down Rob.
Keep it going, Towner!
That was a big chip. That's the motivation Towner needed right there. He's got a nice clean cut. He's got to keep that axe head moving. There is a time limit in these events of 2 minutes for all of the chopping events that are on the ground, 3 minutes for the ones in the air. There it is for Rob.
Come on, Jeff!
Towner getting close. There it is. In the second heat.
Smoke him, Robart!
Here we go.
Stand to your timber. 3, 2, 1, go!
Yes, Sydney!
All right, here we go. Getting into
Down,
it.
Sydney,
You gotta keep that
down!
saw down, keep it moving.
What's up?
Advantage right now, stand number 1. Getting into the small wood in the bottom.
Drops
What a
it.
cut. Stand 1 and stand 2 photo finish with the Robarges in third. Give them all a big round. It's hanging on the other side of the wood, and unless you either pull it through it and snap that raking tube, or adjust your saw and start sawing with it again, the saw's not going to move and it's going to cost you a lot of time. So these are extremely technical events when you're in a race scenario to get a good time down. And I know Mackenzie, have you guys sawed together before? Your teammates, oh, I'm excited to watch this then. Teammates at FLCC College in upstate New York. Then we got a couple of ESF alumni on position 3. So should be a good race. Here we go. One cut race. Here's our start.
Stand to your timber. 3, 2, 1, go!
All right, Mackenzie Ferris with Naomi, and there's that hang in the raker I talked about there. Happened on position 1. Tip the saw up a little bit. Look at that saw eat. Hammering through that log on position 1. They got to go back and finish the cut. And they were still able to finish it off and take it. We got some white pine that these gentlemen are going to be cutting in this heat. All right, Kyle Whitmore on position 1. Chris Faustino on position 2. We've got our buddy with the mustache, AJ Fletcher, on position 3. And Beaker Robarge on position 4.
Stand to your timber. 3, 2, 1, go!
All right, Beaker been out of the sport for a couple of years. Said he wanted to come out of retirement this year. Probably be the only time he'd be able to visit Lake George. So cheer him on, folks. He's excited to be up here chopping wood in front of you guys. Look at Whitmore on the backside so fast. Robarge throwing the drivers in, making the turn with Fletcher. Whitmore going for those driving blows down there on position 1. There it is. Kyle Whitmore taking the heat. One more hit for Robarge will do it. There it is. Fletcher going for the driving blows there. We'll stay with Faustino. Just hammering away, hammering away. I know Chris, there's a lot of those New England shows have smaller logs in a lot of those shows. You start cutting into bigger logs, it's a completely different animal. And how you got to present your axe and dismantle these logs. But keep cheering them on, folks. Coming up out of Massachusetts for this weekend. There it is. In the 8x8 races. And then on position 5, Tom Littlefield.
Yeah, Tommy!
Tom, where are you from, buddy? Maine.
Stand to your timber. 3, 2, 1, go!
Yeah,
Here we go.
Brian! Woo!
Athletes getting into it. And that poke about Ben's swing speed, that was going to get him to go right now. Look at him driving that log. Littlefield making the turn first, though. Here comes Marshall Savage and Richard Jordan right behind him. Hammering away at these white pine logs, making short work of it. Look at Littlefield flying. Ben getting going for the drive. There it is. Ben Marshall will take the heat. Savage going for the drives, taking it off with Littlefield right behind him.
That was good. That was good.
Shupnak coming off in fourth, and there's Richard Jordan. Just finishing it up nice and safe. There it is. Give him a big round of applause. Graduated from Paul Smith's last year. All right. One of those side-by-sides is successfully stuck in the slush out there now. That's perfect. Here we go.
Stand to your timber. 3, 2, 1, go!
All right, athletes ripping into these standing blocks. I know this is one of Will Chamberlain's favorite events. On position 2,
Yeah, Danny!
getting into this log. And you see they reach way back. I saw Willie's eyes get real big there. I think he opened up a massive knot or something. Look at Miner hammer away on position 3. Just rifling that axe into there.
Come on, Danny!
There it is. Miner will take the heat. We got Chamberlain and Salvis hammering away. See these guys, same stature, same size, hit for hit right now, mirror image of each other, in and out of these logs.
4, Jeremy, 4!
Jeremy getting ready to go for those driving blows. I know Jeremy's favorite event's coming up soon, the springboard chop. There he goes, driving it off there. One more big one in the far should do it. There it is. Give Salvis a big round of applause. The red squirrel right behind him. And there it is. Give Lyle a big round of applause. Miner taking the heat. Here we go.
Stand to your timber. 3, 2, 1, go!
All right, here we go. Athletes ripping into the front side of this standing block. Lyle's got a great cut going down here on position 3. Throwing some big driving blows. Said, nope, I need to go back, chip out a couple more. See Carlson flowing on position 2. Hammering away, getting ready to throw those driving blows in is Carlson. See Piazza still hammering away on the front side down there on position 1. He's now heading to the back side. There it is for Carlson. Give him a big round of applause.
You need to put this other side on.
All right, we got the battle between Piazza and the captain, Show Ponies. There's some snow for the people. Can't have a winter carnival without snow. Oh man, now we're seeing why this log is just staring at him. There's a knot, big old knot. right in the face of this thing, holding those chips in for Le Captain. And there it is for him. Give him a big round of applause with Piazza right behind him. If you want to go up there and pick up some of that stuff. Benny, show the logo to the crowd. Show that, turn around, work it, work it. That a boy. Pretty sick logo. If you'd like to take home one of those, commemorate your time here in Lake George this weekend,
It's gonna blow away.
pick those up in the booth.
And if I move, this is gonna
All right,
blow the sound.
saws are rolled over. Here we go.
Stand to your timber. 3, 2, 1, go!
All right, here we go. One cut race. Look at that saw drop on position 3. Getting close to the bottom. Oh, they broke out at the bottom. Have to go back and finish it.
Hey!
Vermey, Chamberlain, taking the heat.
Andy! They walked right in front of the camera.
Man, it looked like it was a little bit of an undercut cookie on position 3, or they turned the handle on position 3 and started cutting out towards the bottom, broke the disc off. You can see the disc right here. I don't want to touch it because the judge still has to technically look at it, but
Everyone.
broke out at the bottom, nice and thick at the top. That is a tough break because they would have smoked that heat had that not happened. We'll see if the judge gives them a cut.
Sammy and Carlson are out.
All right, up next.
Carlson.
Yeah, they're disqualified. They didn't cut finish.
Folks, Minor on 1. Le Captain Shuknek on 2. It's a good
Okay.
beard heat right there. Good
I
beard
got
heat
Will.
going. Faustino and Pavo
Okay, I got
on
them.
position
Savvy
3.
and them
Battle of the
out.
beards in this one.
They cut out on the bottom and couldn't get it.
Okay, I'm good. Sorry.
That's fine.
Yours is looking, it's coming in. It's coming in.
Well,
It's about what mine looked like when I was your
sound
age.
system's getting wet. I get they want to run stuff, but then like,
Now I'm gonna fall.
Mine is always kind of grown in all naturally white trashy.
Just dig your feet in, you'll be fine.
I have a feeling that's your future too, bud. It's not good. Not everybody can look as good as Brian Shuknek here. I mean, look at him. Look at him. I always say it. I was like, Team Redbeard. I love this dude. Now, I wish that you could grow a mustache like Fletcher, but you wish you do too? Yeah. I'm jealous too. I'm waiting for Le Captain to embrace, the Team Longbeard, real Longbeard, and go with it. That's like 9 months. I want to see 9 years, bud. 9-year beard on you. Got Brian Shuknek on position 3 out of Western New York, and then Richard Jordan. He's saying, "Hurry up,
Guys, just don't
my head's
walk in
cold."
front
On
yet.
position 4.
I don't think so.
Stand to your timber. 3, 2, 1, go!
All right, here we go. Springboard chop. This is your first time seeing this event. Our athletes are going to take a series of blows into these trees. Grab those boards. You got a metal clip on the end that kind of curls
Get
up. Clamp them
Brian!
into that pocket, and then start making the climb up the tree. All right, you see Ben Marshall, Richard Jordan hammer away at that second board hole. Richard going for the climb first on position 4,
Woo!
making the climb up.
It's good, Brian.
You see Ben Marshall staring into that pocket, making sure he's good to go. The board's flattening him out on it. He's saying, nope, not here, not today. Gonna come down, clean out some of those fibers in the back of that pocket. Make sure that board sits in there nice and snug before he makes the climb. And there we go. Here's Robars now. Great board for Robars. He's gonna start to try to reel in Jordan down here on position 4. Jordan though, big advantage. Already about halfway through that log. So look at Robars. Looking at some of those chips, that thing hanging there. Took the time just to kind of bang it out of the way so he didn't get that to glance on him. Jordan making the turn onto the backside. Shuknek now joining the party up on top, planting that second board. Richard's making short work of the backside of this, chipping out that near wood, working his way to the far. Don't know what that was, but we'll roll with it.
I have no idea.
Richard Jordan, that was the finisher there for him. That must have been Katie up there ringing the alarm for Jordan. All right, Marshall, Robarge, Shukneck, hammering away. You can tell Brian's like, man, it's been a long winter without chopping any pockets. That second board hole really played games with him there. There's about 45 seconds left for these athletes to finish their legs. So they got to go if they want to get a time. Robarge getting that near wood out of the way. Now he's going to start to work his way across. Benny Boy chopping uphill just does not feel comfortable on that board on position 2. Feels like that board's going to fall out of the tree at any time for him. So you see his front foot all the way up towards that clip on that board. He's not being able to really get as much power onto that axe as he would like. Robarge almost got things finished up. He's got to go. One more hit should do it for him. Maybe 2. There it is. Robarge will get a time. There's Shukneck. Give him on 1. Le Captain, Shukneck on position 2. Pavo, Faustino on position 3. Here we go.
Stand to your timber. 3, 2, 1, go!
Here we go. Drag race to the bottom right now. Look at that cut on position 1. They're hammering, flying. Position 2 will take it. Le Captain and Shukneck.
Don't walk in. Don't go.
Wait, Tim. Skirt.
Fletcher and Willard on 1. Team Robarge on 2. Jordan with Marshall on 3.
Stand to your timber. 3, 2, 1, go!
All right, here we go. Ripping and tearing. Look at those saws dropping this one. Gonna be a fast heat getting to the bottom. What a cut on stand 3. Holy cow. That was quick. Give him a big round of applause.
Hey, Andy, can you get people that aren't doing anything to come help us move? Because our tent is like flying away.
Yeah, can we get a couple athletes to go help hold that tent down for a second while they screw it in? That'd be good. Fletcher, you're not very big, but you can help. Yeah.
It's screwed in. It ain't going.
Right, we just need help moving the tables and stuff.
There's a lot of cheap shots on you today. I shouldn't be doing that. I'm usually above that. Yeah.
It's
Want me to hold it? We need to move
AJ.
the
It's screwed
table
to the
and
logs on the
stuff.
side, but it's the sides that are trying to push the tent.
That Cinnamon Lab. Like, who's a good boy? Who's a good boy? All right, here we go.
Stand to your timber. 3, 2, 1, go!
All right, here we go. Willie timing that go perfectly down here. Not wasting any time into the log. Trying to stay with the rest of the field. Look at Minor. Minor is flying. Having himself a day today. Hit for hit right now with Piazza. Piazza trying to find another gear. No, it'll be Daniel Minor.
Danny, get back!
Chamberlain going for those driving blows on position number 5. There he goes, taking it off.
Yeah, Lyle! Bottom!
Piazza going for the
Come on,
drives as well. And there it is. Give him and Lyle a big round of applause. Finish at the same time. We'll stick with stand number 3. Salvis working his way to the bottom. And there it is. Give them all a big round of applause. We'll do it for the underhand. All right, 15 seconds to go. Here we go, women's hot saw.
Hands on the wood.
Stand to your timber. 3, 2, 1, go!
What a cut by Hannah Robarge on one. Give her all a big round of applause.
What size for
All right, Mackenzie Ferris on position 2, Kyle Whitmore on position 3, Rob Aslan on position 4. Here we go.
Stand to your timber. 3, 2, 1, go!
All right, here we go. Ferris. Looked like she might have been in the tree a touch early. We'll have to go to the electronic eye in the sky and validate that. Look at Whitmore, there he goes, trying to get the axe into the tree, just not wanting to stick for him. These trees are definitely more on the frozen side than not. Axe has been bouncing back at a couple of the competitors in their pockets. There goes Whitmore, up onto his first board. Ferris now planting the axe. She's getting ready to make the climb down there on position 2. Great board for Mackenzie. There she goes, up the tree. Aslan trying to get those fibers out of the back of that pocket there, work his way up. Whitmore opening up a massive hole there on position 2. Now working his way in, pinching it in.
I do have a catch box.
You got to make sure that the pocket that you make into these trees replicates the shape of that board hole, or that board that you're trying to shove into that hole, because if you don't, it likes to sag on you. It won't grab the back of that pocket, and it'll really settle and make it feel like you're going to fall out of the tree, or actually make you fall out of the tree during the event. Whitmore is going up and down, up and down. This event's already taxing enough, buddy. You don't need to do like hills during it too.
So it'll just be another 30 minutes.
All right, there he goes. Making the climb, grabbing a good axe now to head to the top of the tree. Leaning back on that board, there he goes. Into the front side of that block now. Ferris still working away with her board hole down there on position number 2. Aslan now working on his second board hole.
I can try to find. I don't. Let me see if I
And what's crazy, folks, on nice thawed trees, board holes so much easier. I've seen some of the athletes around the world. You look at like a perfect board hole for like an average American, you're looking 4 to 6 hits. We've seen Australians do them in 3. 3 hits into the tree and then start to make the climb. Absolutely insane. Some of the record times in this event for those elite athletes in the high 30-second range. And that's climbing 2 boards up and then chopping through the log, still go to the backside, try to finish it off. So technically, and the judge will make a ruling on this, I'm not going to speak for the judge, but you got to chop from both sides. It's got to be a full-length piece of the log on that side. He had to hit the full cut log. The judge made him make sure to clip that little piece of wood on this side to give him a clean cut. Because it is a rule in the springboard, you got to chop from both sides for the full-length piece of wood. So he's giving him the cut on that. Give Kyle a big round of applause, taking this heat of the springboard chop. All right, Mackenzie Ferris up on the top. Got a great second board, chopping slightly downhill. All right, we got about 40 seconds left, Mackenzie and Robin, this time for your time limit here. So keep it going for them, folks. Cheer them on. Rob saying, I don't think so. I
Okay.
immediately regret this decision. Mackenzie
He's not
hammering
giving
away though. Still plugging. Give it all you got, Mackenzie. All right, 10 more seconds. Keep hammering. What an effort for her. There's the whistle. Give her a big round of applause, everybody. All right, folks, I know it's a great view over there, but I would definitely come uphill a little bit more. We were talking about those chains. And those chains, if for some reason something happens and they fly that way, you do not want to catch one. Trust me.
Hands on the wood.
All right. 3 cuts inside of 6 inches of wood. Here we go.
Stand to your timber. 3, 2, 1, go!
Tough break for Piazza. Died in the cut. Rob Aslan with his lukewarm saw, not hot saw. Still hammering away on position 1. And there it is. Piazza's going to try to rewrap it, finish the cut.
Watch yourself, Rob.
There it goes. All right, so wrapping those recoils up.
30 seconds.
This is always exciting, folks. If these guys both have a clean run, it's going to make Katie's job up in the booth pretty tough. Pretty tough. Racing identical chains, identical motors, and both these guys, some of the best in the world, with a hot saw in their hands.
Hands on the wood.
Stand to your timber. 3, 2, 1, go!
What a race. Give them both a big round of applause. Hannah Robarge taking on Abby Stevens in the standing block chop.
I kind of like the view up here.
Yeah, it's not bad.
It's not bad. Wind sucks, but
It's dying down a tad bit. It's not snowing at least at the
Same.
moment.
All right, putting a little go juice on the axe there is Abby. All right, Robarge on 1, Stevens on 2. Here we go.
Stand to your timber. 3, 2, 1, go!
All right, here we go. Robarge on 1, Stevens on 2. Stevens just attacking that log.
Yeah,
Gotta find a little
Abby!
bit of slope. Slope is your friend in this event. And what I mean by that, you want a 45-degree angle on that axe as you present it to the log, keeping the weight centered behind the head. You want to use those hips to drive that axe through that log. If you can keep that 45-degree angle and hit those lines that you drew up, that'll get you to the center the most efficiently. You see Stevens now making the turn onto the back side. Robarge working her way through. Robarge's got a nice clean scarp. Just following that in right now. You see that log has a lot more white to it than Stevens' does. Typically in aspen, you have that darker wood. It's usually a little bit on the softer side. It's all luck of the draw. Every log is drawn at random for all of our athletes. So it is legitimately just all, you've got a really, really nice log, and you can thank the wood gods for that. Stevens going for the drive. There it is. Give her a big round of applause. All right, Robarge now onto the backside. Now she's chopping against the clock. I've only got 2 minutes to complete these chopping events, so let's cheer her on, folks. She's almost there. Power her through it. There's the whistle from the judge. Give her a big round of applause. Great effort. That's in the warm-up. All right. Rewrap it, hit that decomp switch, turn those oilers on, make sure the fuel's good. You don't have your kill switch still in the off position. Put those hands on the wood. Here we go.
Stand to your timber. 3, 2, 1, go!
Just like I said just before he went, PR or ER always for Ben Marshall. Ben threw a chain there. Okay. I mean, you might be able to sell that in Lake George this weekend as a boat anchor if you'd like, AJ.
15 seconds.
All right, Carlson on 2, Faustino on 3.
Hands on the wood.
Here we go.
Stand to your timber. 3, 2, 1, go!
Chris Faustino.
Andy, we're good. You, if you're gonna walk, you gotta walk through here now.
All right, here we go.
Stand to your timber. 3, 2, 1, go!
All right, row bars, Probst, Willard, hammering away, standing block chop, just like felling a tree in the woods up here in the beautiful Adirondacks. Gonna put a big face in the front of this log, head to the back side, and then swing away until you can yell timber as it's hitting the ground. Willard, hammering over here on position 3. Slight advantage right now, Willard. Row bars, reeling him in. Probst right there with him. Willard will take the heat. Followed by Robarge. Probst working his way across. He's got a ton of firewood on that log. You see it's now split in the stand. There it is. Give him a big round of applause.
Oh wait, hang on. This is someone.
Oh, I'm missing the polar bear plunge. Those ducks are pissed.
Stand to your timber.
Do you mind holding
3,
that iPad
2,
screen?
1, go!
They're mad. Here we go. All right. Look at Krupp. I said that. Krupp looked like he was going to be a man on fire in this one. He's on position 3 there. Big hole in the front of that log. There he goes onto the back.
Bottom,
Making
Frank!
short work of it. Villeneuve, whoop, 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 whoop. There he goes, getting his footing
Come
back.
on, Frank!
Onto the backside now.
Bottom, Frank!
Towner making the turn.
Drive!
Man, what a cut for Krupp. Give him a big round of applause.
Jeff!
Villeneuve right behind him. Rob's like, I'm not falling.
Come on,
sir.
Rob.
Not falling. Put the dog back
Yeah,
in.
Jeff!
All right. Aslan, Towner, hit for hit.
Come on, Jeff!
All right. Who is it going to be? New York
Come on, Jeff!
Or Connecticut, Jeff Towner out of the Finger Lakes. Rob thinks he did enough work. There it is, Towner. This is where things get tough. He's saying no. He's like, nope, not gonna try to.
Got it going.
Especially because I broke the leg on that one.
What?
I broke the leg on that one.
Just tell him I did it. Okay. What's he gonna do? Fire me? Okay. And I hope he hears
Stand
this recording.
to your timber. 3, 2, 1, go!
All right, here we go. Alathorpe on one, Perch on two. Hammering away. Hit for hit right now. Both these ladies making short work at the front side of these logs.
Do you think we'll put the 10 away tonight, or do you think we'll just drop it? Probably just drop it, right? I mean, it's pretty tied down now. If it blows, it's not like it's going anywhere besides the lake.
Emily's getting to
My only worry is if the
the
snow's
point where she's going to start considering,
been covered in snow.
and that wood just doesn't want to move. You think on normal standard conditions without frozen wood, they'd be driving at this point, getting ready to head to that back side. This wood is just not moving for them. It's pretty stiff today. There goes Perch to the back side of her log. And she's got some power on that thing. You could just hear it every time she thuds that log. Alathorpe now heading to the backside. Allison making short work of the back of this log. Just got to reach out a little bit, get that far wood out of there.
He could have 100% got
Both of them taking a second to analyze
Except he spent most of the day
where they
saying
are in the cut.
she would have come out with this if he'd asked. Maybe we should ask her if she wants to.
See,
tomorrow.
Emily's like,
Well,
man,
Nicole
this
is
is
supposed to
brutal.
be here tomorrow.
She is?
That's what I don't understand. Because Brian's on wood crew tomorrow.
Yeah.
So she's supposed to be here with us.
Okay.
All right, hit for hit. Emily's getting close, getting it to wobble.
Today's almost done.
There it is. Alathorpe will take the heat. Oh, and there's the prizes to give away for the rookies tomorrow. Lots of axes, saws, all sorts of stuff.
He's got a sheet.
It's going to be a balmy 6 degrees at 8 a.m. tomorrow. I'm pretty excited about that. Full-on ice fishing gear tomorrow, guaranteed. Here we go.
Stand to your timber. 3, 2, 1, go!
All right, here we go. Willard on position 2, drew a massive slab right off the start. Trying to chase him down though right now. Carlson has got a great cut going, turning right with Willard, in with Robars. Probst now trying to chase him down on the back. Probst has a nice clean cut. He finds another gear. He can finish with these guys. Getting down to the nitty gritty. There it is. Robars and Willard with Probst and Carlson. What a heat. Give them all a big arm. I just love the look on Eric's face. He's like, why am I doing this? Why?
Oh, I think they're just only going
This is cold.
to see.
Here we go.
Stand to your timber. 3, 2, 1, go!
All right, here we go. Eric Piazza on position 1, taking on Jeremy Salvis on position 2. Like I was saying, typically that's a 4-hit hold there for Salvis, but this frozen wood, playing games with him a little bit. He had to go for 6 hits on that, but it was levitating up on that tree, and you see that. On that opening blow, he had plenty of slope on it. The tree still bounced the axe back at him. But he's got it pinched off. He's just trying to get those last couple fibers out. Nice flick of the wrist. And there he goes, planting the axe, making the climb. Cheer him on, folks. There he goes. Man, it must be nice to be that light. That's all I'm saying. Man, what a climb. Salvis absolutely attacking the log in the top now. In and out, nice and clean. There goes Piazza to the top ropes. All right, chasing down our leaders from this morning. I think they were cutting in just over a minute. Just over a minute. So they're trying to chase down that stopwatch right now. All right, Salvis getting close. So think about turning there. Piazza reeling him in though. All right, Salvis making the turn onto the backside. Man, that log for Piazza's just not moving for him. He's presenting that axe with some good slope, but you can just tell those frozen fibers sticking in there on him. A little bit of a glance there for Salvis. Got his head back straight up and down. You start bobbing your head back and forth, chasing your cut. You can throw the angle of your axe off, just tilting your body over a little bit. You see him there. He's got that near wood out, trying to reach that far wood now. Piazza onto the backside, trying to reel him in. And there it is for Salvis. Give him a big round of applause. Eric still hammering away, his board sagging on him a little bit. But he's getting there. He's probably got 4 inches of wood in this far wood here. Trying to chase that cut line in. Get some of those fibers out of his way. And there's the whistle. Mustachio Fletcher. Brian Shupnak. Here we go.
Stand to your timber. 3, 2, 1, go. Here we go. Robar, Fletcher.
Yeah, Brian!
Hit for hit on the front side. These standing blocks. Shupnak's got a great cut going. Staying with it. Robar's throwing the driver and heading to the backside first. Fletcher's there. Has a wall of wood. He's going to try to throw some drivers in. Get around. He's right with Shupnak. Robar's hammering on position 1. Getting ready to go for the drive. There it is. What a cut for Beaker. Fletcher opening up a bit of a knot on the backside. Not really affecting him right now. He's getting ready to go for the drives. And there it is. Great cut there for AJ Fletcher.
Come on, Brian!
Shupnak putting everything he's got. Into that log. You can tell Brian's a trucker because he keeps driving. There it is.
See, now I'm like scared to put my feet on here because I fucking broke that.
All right, Beaker Robarge. AJ Mustachio Fletcher. Brian Shupnak. Here we go.
His cut yesterday was great. He does what he did yesterday today.
Stand to your timber. 3, 2, 1, go.
Here we go.
Come on, Brian!
Robarge. Fletcher.
Yeah, Brian!
Shupnak. Hit for hit on the front side. These standing blocks. Shupnak's got a great cut going. Staying with it. Robar's throwing the driver and heading to the backside first.
Come on, Brian!
Fletcher's there. Has a wall of wood. He's going to try to throw some drivers in. get around. He's right with Shupnek. Robarch hammering on position 1. Good, ready to go for the drive.
Brian!
There it is. What a cut for Beekner.
Come on, Brian!
Fletcher opening up a bit of a knot on the backside. Not really affecting him right now. He's getting ready to go for the drives. And there it is. Great cut there for AJ Fletcher.
Come on, Brian!
Shupnek putting everything he's got. Into that log. You can tell Brian's a trucker because he keeps driving. There it is. All right, here we go.
Stand to your timber. 3, 2, 1, go!
Whoa, Benny boy trying to time the go perfectly there. I have a feeling the judge is going to have something to say about that. Throwing the drivers in. Whitmore trying to reel him in. Both of them going on the early side of the front side of that log. Man. All right, going for the drives. Marshall taking the heat. Whitmore finishing it up. Give him a big. I was pretty pumped about that.
And I was like, he's
I could have
not
definitely
gonna do
used
it.
that John Deere with that snowblower up there. And if you're like me and you've
Like,
waited
as
too
soon as
long,
he's done
today's a great day to buy
competing,
one.
he's gonna do
Stop
what
up there, check them out.
Andy
Falls
Schreiner
Farm and
does,
Garden.
judge.
Thank you guys so much for sponsoring this year's show. First time the Lumberjacks are back. All right, here's the ladies.
I feel like having that shit in front of me is kind of sketchy. Like, she's not gonna hit that bag.
Stand to your
She's not gonna
timber.
hit that bag right in front of me.
3, 2, 1, go!
All right, here we go. All the ladies getting into the front side of these underhand logs.
Yes, Sid!
Advantage right now, I would say, is stand number 2 or stand 3. Ferris and Rose
Yeah!
have
Yeah,
massive
Abby!
holes in their logs off the bat. Rose is flying. She's got the log and the axe to do it. If she can stay with it, she can take this onto the back side already. Here comes Ferris around with her on position 2. Krompaski now heading to the back side of her log.
Yes, Sid!
Robarge's axe is not liking this stuff over here on position 4.
Come on, Abby! Get into it, Abby!
All right, still hammering. Hit for hit. Ferris and Rose. Krompaski trying to chase him down. She's going to have to pick up the pace if she wants to reel him in. There it is, Darcy Rose will take the heat, followed by Ferris. We
Come
got
on, Abby, you're
Stevens
still in it, let's go!
and Krompaski still hammering away. And it's like, nope, I'm good. This axe is not liking this log. It's going to save it. She's still got to cut that standing block, butcher block later on. There it is for Krompaski. Let's stay with Abby Stevens down there on position 1.
Come on, Abby! Bottom, Abby, bottom! Reach!
Abby's almost there. Going for the 1-and-1 in the bottom.
Come on, Abby,
Trying
hang
to
still
work
on
her
your
way
bottom!
down. You break that top first, then you work your way down. Use that block. Be able to twist off in the bottom. Help you with that. Oh man, it's still dead. Just thudding. All right, cheer on, folks. She's almost there. There it is. Give her. All right, so we got Faustino and Weed down there on position 1. And we got Phillips and Minor set up on position 2.
Stand to your timber. 3, 2, 1, go.
All right, here we go. One cut race, Jack and Jill cross cut.
Push
Minor
that
and
on me,
Phillips. Nice and smooth to the bottom. Give them a big round of applause. Over.
push! Hot saw dragger.
Let's make it happen, Captain.
Oh, butcher block.
Here we go. Stand to your timber. 3, 2, 1, go.
All right, ripping and tearing down through these logs. Getting into the small wood. Ferris and Chamberlain might have got it to go first, but they're looking to see if they had cuttable wood, non-cuttable wood. Now this is going to be a discussion. Okay. Going to be a discussion. Andy's saying, show him all of it. And Mackenzie's like, yeah, I don't think I can show you all of it. I think some of it's still sitting on that log.
Mine won't record, so that's great.
All right, here we go.
Stand to your timber. 3, 2, 1, go.
All right, here we go. Great cuts going so far by both our teams. Neck and neck into the small wood, getting to the bottom. Shoot neck and perch will take the heat. Give them both a...
We're good in.
All right, looks like they're set. Kompaski and Marshall on 1. Team Robarge on 2. Rose and Richard on 3. Here we go.
Stand to your timber. 3, 2, 1, go.
All right, here we go. Look at these teams fly. Getting into the small wood quick. What a cut on position 3. Richard and Rose hammering it. Let's make it happen, Captain.
Oh, butcher block.
Here we go. Stand to your timber. 3, 2, 1, go.
All right, ripping and tearing down through these logs. Getting into the small wood. All right, looks like they're set. Kompaski and Marshall on 1. Team Robarge on 2. Rose and Richard on 3. Here we go.
Stand to your timber. 3, 2, 1, go.
All right, here we go. Look at these teams fly. Getting into the small wood quick. What a cut on position 3. Richard and Rose hammering it. They're going to keep hammering through the front side, or if they're going to turn the dogs loose.
Here we go. Stand to your timber. 3, 2, 1, go.
All right, Stevens and Phillips hammering away. Front side of their log. Again, they got to go 45 seconds at least into this log. Now their jack partner cannot chop on their side of the log. They've got to stay on their side. So you may want to let your Jill do a little bit more work in the front if you want this thing to come off nice and easy for you. Or if you want your Jill to suffer a little bit more. All right, there's 45 seconds. And you okay, Abby's saying I'm done. Kyle's saying, nope. Abby's saying she's going to keep going.
Let's go!
wood to cut.
All right, Danny. Danny's got a solid 85% to go.
Danny, relax.
All right. At this point, Danny'd be turning onto the backside in the typical standing block. But he's going for the drives. He's splitting the log. He's got all of the far, some of the near. Whitmer, he's hammering. He's trying to chase him down.
Come on, Danny.
This is that point. There it is. Phillips and Minor will take the heat. Kyle's getting there. He's got the far out, kinda. Going for the drives across. Oh boy. There it is. Give him a good one.
Stand to your timber. 3, 2, 1, go!
All right, here we go. Got to cut for at least 45 seconds. Right in the middle of the log. Whichever comes first. All right, Robarge, Perch, Ellithorpe,
Far.
Hammer. Yeah, Hannah's attacking this thing. All right, get those big chips out of there. Ellithorpe's got a good cut going as well on position 3. Lyle hates his life still back here. He is cold. So cold. All right, all the way he's going to keep chopping after that 45-second mark. They're saying it's a much more of a benefit to my partner if we can get to that middle line.
Good, Allison.
Cody walking his wife through the front side. Here he goes, onto the back side. Cody Robarge. He's flowing. He's got some flow. All right. Getting ready to chip it out a little bit more. Had a lot in the near for him. But there he goes. What a cut for the Robarges. There it is. Awesome job. LeCaptain. Now chopping away on stand 3. Perch and Chuknek. Still hammering. Brian's talking Allison through it. Lyle getting close. All right, Brian. Stepping in, taking his sweet time. This is a timed event. There he goes. Oh, he's got that little bit of a flow going, kinda.
Come on, Brian.
All right, LeCaptain going for the drives. There it is. Ellithorpe and LeCaptain.
Come on, Brian.
Solid performance on stand 3. Chuknek still hasn't figured out it's a race. All right, getting up against the time limit here. Oh.
Stand to your timber.
3,
2, 1, go! All
go. Got to cut
Yeah,
for at least
Allison.
45 seconds. Go to
Breathe.
the middle of the log, whichever comes first. All right, Robarge, Perch, Ellithorpe,
Far.
Hammer. Yeah, Hannah's attacking this thing. All right, get those big chips out of there. Ellithorpe's got a good cut going as well on position 3. Lyle hates his life so back here. He is cold. So cold. All right, all the ladies gonna keep chopping after that 45-second mark. They're saying it's a much more of a benefit to my partner if we can get to that middle line.
Good, Allison.
Cody walking his wife through the front side. Here he goes on the back side. Cody Robarge. He's flowing. He's got some flow. All right. Getting ready to chipping out a little bit more. Had a lot in the near for him. But there he goes. What a cut for the Robarges. There it is. Awesome jump. LeCaptain now chopping away on stand 3. Perch and Shukneck. Still hammering. Brian's talking Allison through it. Lyle getting close. All right, Brian stepping in, taking his sweet time. This is a timed event. There he goes. Oh, he's got that little bit of a flow going, kinda.
Come on, Brian.
All right, LeCaptain going for the drives. There it is. Ellithorpe and LeCaptain.
Come on, Brian.
Solid performance on stand 3.
Yeah, Brian.
Shukneck still hasn't figured out it's a race. All right, getting up against the time limit here. Oh. All right, here we go. Chamberlain and Ferris on position 1. Marshall and Krompaski on position 2. Here we go.
Stand to your timber. 3, 2, 1, go!
All right, Ferris on 1, Krompaski on 2. Andy pointing down there. Gonna check the start. All right, hammering away.
For the rookies tomorrow's
Yes.
Sydney's got a beautiful cut going here on position 2. Benny switching X's.
Mackenzie and Sydney jumped.
He's liking the way this log's looking on the front side. He said, yep.
Yes, Sid. Get into it.
A little bit of a glance there from Sydney. Ferris has got a pretty decent sized hole on that log. She's got to get some of that firewood out for
Come on, Sid.
Chamberlain. All right, Chamberlain now jumping into the log. Here comes Marshall. Marshall hammer away. Trying to reel in that time from Robarge. Getting ready to go for the drives already. He's thinking this was a 50-50 endeavor here. There it is. What a cut. Man, I didn't think he had it. And then all of a sudden it wiggled. I said, well, maybe he saw something I didn't see there. That log was a lot less frozen than some of the other ones I saw.
Come on, Will!
All right, Chamberlain going for the drives. And there it is. All right, here we go. Chamberlain and Ferris on position 1. Marshall and Krimpaski on position 2. Here we go.
Stand to your timber. 3, 2, 1, go!
All right, Ferris on 1, Krimpaski on 2. Andy pointing down there. Gonna check the start. All right, hammering
Is
away.
the wood for the rookies tomorrow smaller?
Sydney's got a beautiful cut going here on position 2. Then he's switching to hexes.
Mackenzie and Sydney chopping tomorrow.
He's
too.
liking the way this
Yes,
log's
they're
looking on the front side. He said, yep.
Yes, Sid! Get into it!
A little bit of a glance there from Sydney. Ferris has got a pretty decent sized hole on that log. She's got to get some of that firewood out for
Come on, Sid!
Chamberlain. All right, Chamberlain now jumping into the log. Here comes Marshall. Marshall hammering away. Trying to reel in that time from Robarge. Getting ready to go for the drives already. He's thinking this was a 50-50 endeavor here. There it is. What a cut. Man, I didn't think he had it. And then all of a sudden it wiggled. I said, well, maybe he saw something I didn't see there. That log was a lot less frozen than some of the other ones I saw.
Come on, Will!
All right, Chamberlain going for the drives. And there it is. Give them both. All right, Andy, we good? There's the whistle. Here's your start.
Stand to your timber. 3, 2, 1, go!
All right. Owen Probst on position 3, taking on Tom Littlefield on position 4.
Thinking of wearing only a tank top right now, literally makes sense.
So is Will going?
I think he scratched.
All right, Littlefield trying to get those few fibers out of the back of that pocket. This is where it's so dangerous as a springboard cutter. You're trying to just kind of peck at it and not taking full swings. If you hit that wrong, you could hit it super low or super high and have to remake the entire pocket. Ask me how I know. I've only done that 100 times. I end up having a bear den in the top of a tree. All right, Probst and Littlefield. This is a new technique that I have not seen yet. Chopping a pocket at your knees.
I may run to the bathroom while they're doing the 5-minute warm-up for Hassa, if that's okay for the drag race.
Yeah, you'll be
If
fine.
you can
I'm not
handle
going to
that.
knock it till I try it. You might have an advantage staring into the back of that thing from there. There goes Probst, planting the axe. Getting that board in.
The log literally
All
right
right.
underneath this board.
It keeps sagging more and more. I think he's got it settled in now. There he goes. Probst now up to the top. Oh, but there it goes. It's settling more and more.
I'm not gonna lie, the view is pretty badass.
Owen saying no. I just do not feel comfortable. I think that's the right call. That board, the more he leans on it, the more it keeps sliding out of that tree.
Yeah, it's heavy!
All right, Littlefield now up on the top. Probst now trying to take a couple more fibers out of the back of that pocket. Get that board to sit nice and snug into that tree. All right, Probst now going to try to reel him in. Owen so strong in the standing block chop. He gets that comfortability up there. This dude's going to be an animal.
That doesn't bode well for us getting down.
Still hammering.
I might take the stairs, take my chances over there.
Oh, but there's the 3-minute time limit now. That's high. All right. Here we go.
Stand to your timber. 3, 2, 1, go!
All right, Frank Krupp on position 4. Ethan Villeneuve on position 1. Some of our younger athletes here this weekend chopping in the springboard chop. Our final heat of the springboard of the day. And these poles have been tough. They are nice and frozen. Crispy, the judge is calling them. Crispy poles. Whereas when you see this event on the national series or at some of the big shows, maybe you're like to go up to the Freiburg Fair every year and partake in that show, you see nice soft poles going for those events. And that's where some of these athletes really, really thrive. Be able to put a 4-hit hole into these trees and make the climb. Frank's seeing that right now. He's like, man, this wood is just not reacting well to the axe. And that is not, you do not have that pinched off. Now we are in bear den mode. We're going to the center of the tree. Getting the board out of the way. He's like, nope, I'll just keep wrapping it around. I'm the last guy to cut today. It's no big deal. Going through. Ethan Villeneuve up on his first board. He also had to put a massive board hole in on his tree. Oh, that was close. I thought that up hit on that was going to pinch that off perfectly. All right, he's going to try it again. I think that's going to hold him. Oh, yeah. That pinched it. I'm not saying it's not going to squish on him a little bit, but I'm saying it's good enough for government work. There he goes. Villeneuve now making his way up to the top. Ethan hammering away up there. Keep cheering him on, folks. Working hard. All right, Krupp working away at his second board hole. Man, he's bottoming out that axe handle in the back of that hole already, nice and deep into the tree. But did he pinch it off? This is where you've got to have that confidence to make the climb. That's a new technique. I haven't seen that. To swing the leg. That's riding the horse, baby. There he goes.
Yeah, Frank!
Yeah, I'm loving that Brian's over here. Yep, get some swings. That's good. You're not up there, buddy. That board's too downhill for me. I'm a scaredy cat, though. I fight gravity. All right, Villeneuve still hammering.
Me too. Oh, he's Katie. He's live on Facebook.
All right, we only got 3 minutes. Oh, there's the whistle there.
30 seconds.
All right, 30 seconds left.
Are they just doing one cut?
Yes.
That'll be fast. That'll be
All right,
fast.
so we got
I got
Cody
these
Robarge
clearance on
position
Amazon
1,
for like $70.
Ben Marshall on position 2, Jake Vidarian on position 3.
And they're short, which is nice because I'm short. So. Or even still a little long.
Let's make it hot.
Hands on the wood.
Here we go.
Stand to your timber. 3, 2, 1, go!
Saw did not start throughout the warm-ups, and it just started now. That is, love that for you, Eric. Love that. Oh man, that's like the Cinderella story. Eric Piazza on one. Could he take down the wizard?
Hands on the wood.
Here we go.
Stand to your timber. 3, 2, 1, go!
Go the first 3 poles.
He told you there was drag money?
No, he just
Oh.
gave me a list and said, you know, here's singles and doubles prices. It's for all the events. Make envelopes. And I said, okay.
All right, 15
So
seconds.
they didn't really tell me anything.
Rich
Sounds
pulling
about
the
right.
jacket off. He's been cold all day.
Hands on the wood.
All right, here we go.
Stand to your timber. 3, 2, 1, go!
Is he done?
All right. Calvin didn't get to go. Good cut for